Good morning, everyone. Today is March 11th, Thursday morning. I just want to give you a quick recap yesterday and what's going on today. The good news that the initial jobless claim dropped to 712,000 compared to the previous week of 540,000 and versus analyst expectation of 725,000. So there's a continuous trend of dropping the initial claim, and last week the kind of official estimated the unemployment percentage was 6.2% from 6.3%, which was encouraging. But also bear in mind that there are some unofficial numbers and people were dropping off, or people not qualified for unemployment, or people were giving up looking for jobs. So the estimate of the people who were still looking for job was roughly, I think it's like 16 million plus. So this is just want to give you a quick breakdown of how age, distributed for the people looking for jobs. In an American age 55 to 64 years were unemployed to an average of roughly 31 weeks as of January, compared to about 23 weeks for people aged 25 to 34 years, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Again, I'm just showing you the fact collected by statistics. So nothing, nothing biased there, but just want to point out the fact. People aged 65 years and older were spending an average of roughly 30 weeks unemployed. This chart is provided Lincoln's Craig Lee. In general, it is the case that older workers tended to take more time to find a new job when they are unemployed, and they tend to take a bigger pay cut, said Davids, who is among the researchers who published their finding in the Older Workers Report. Uh, who are the breadwinners in America? All I want to say though is older workers bring a lot of benefits to company, a lot of knowledge sharing and wealth. They are part of the asset of the company with the experience. So and they tend to be less reactionary during a crisis because Warren Buffett, which is 8 of 90, will say, if you've seen enough to the market, you know. That's his favorite quote. So I'm just trying to point out that while everything supposed to be simple with the best qualified candidate, I hope they're really not much bias. And also, I also want to point out that despite the number of initial job claims dropped, so there are more jobs out there, the pay was really really bad. So I mean, maybe next time when I do a statistic, will show the average pay compared to the past. So I know right now the focus is to get everybody full employment, everybody get paid, but people also need to understand the reality that hey, if taking a pay cut, which people probably can survive, but people, are Americans' life actually better right now? I guess that's really the point I want to point out and for you to think about with the stimulus coming to sign this tomorrow and so on. So and just go back to the market. The market seems to be very positive because of the yield curve kind of dropped fake a bit again, and also with this unemployment figures that's better than expected, probably will make the market going up. The U.S. futures right now is positive strongly, so hopefully it will continue with that trend, and Asian market will up with Hansen Index up 1.65%. Something and Shanghai Composite both rose by positive 2.2% yesterday. So we'll see. Dow surged 463 points to record high as House passed Biden 1.9 trillion stimulus bill. This put President Biden on track to sign the bill into law on Friday before expiration of unemployment benefit. Consumer price index rose 0.4% last month in line with economists estimate. This yields fear, investor fear the inflation is set to spiral over control. The rate seems to be high due to recent climate oil price, so without that, the number sounds even better. Nasdaq was up during intraday but slipped at afternoon section, ending with a negative 5 points. GameStop stock was hit with 6 trading houses on Wednesday following a spike in volatility. Share of the VDM retail trade up as much as 41% to lead 350 before plummeting as much as 51 to 172 is end up still 250 plus higher than the day open. A popular online platform gaming robot, symbol RBLX, first day on the market yesterday. It was expected to be around $45 a share, but started at $60.50. $74.83 was intraday highs and closed at $69.50, which was still well above 50%. Symbol TR, MicroTechnology MU, and Name Research RCX each down more than 4%, were among the biggest decline in the high tech. I think TR will be good in the entry point. If you look at it, going down again with further discount. The stock actually did have a positive earnings. They actually were at $146 at the high end. They also have reported a very strong quarterly earning last quarter. It was down to 110 last time and pulled back up 140 again due to insider sell. So just something to look into. Apple also reportedly plans to cut iPhone production by 20% the first half of the year. iPhone since Apple was, if you look at two weeks plus ago, was $140 and it dropped to breaking 120 now. After Warren Buffett decided to sell some of the shares. The stock tumbled close to 1% below 120. Energy stock were also boosted by rising oil prices. Bitcoin climbed for the fourth straight day on Wednesday, about 56,000, flirting with the record high set in February, with gold and oil also slightly jump up. So it seems the market have been picked up from if you would call it correction for those few days that were dropping pretty significantly, and also the small cap international market was getting really big hit. So I hope you really get a rebound, and again in March maybe a little quieter next couple of weeks, but then once the first quarter report got steal from manager and reallocating their money for the strategic move on 2021. I think the market was some more momentum in April. Morgan Stanley told client on Wednesday that the clean tech stock pullback is a buying opportunity. I did see some green energy start picking up again, since yesterday's section. Analysts upgrade a basket of clean tech stock to outperform, citing strong growth in renewable energy storage. And again, one stock to look at, which I was recommended before, is called Blink, BLINK, symbol BLNK. This is a charging station. And I think the stock was dropping to $30, $28.50, the lowest. Now rebounding to $35. So actually at one point it was as high as 58, so kind of in the midpoint. So if maybe a couple dollars dropping, you could be considered buying those. If you have listened to my previous video, I talk about catalysts and be calm with market corrections. So that's what I mean. You see the catalyst, which is the stimulus. You saw that while people were worried about the rate did calm down and drop a little bit on the curve yield. It all depends on the T-bill auction as well, which is still having this week. One of them was showing that actually was pretty good. People pick it up, so the yield was down. Also, again, Fed has very clear that they're not changing direction of adding interest rate, and inflation is still under control with the indication of the CPI. So we are oversold situation and overbought situation. Oversupply in last few days when the market was really pummeled and tech was hit over 2 or 3% in the day, and we have overbought yesterday, so the market was picking up a lot of volume. If today is up again, then it's gonna 3 days in a row. It is very likely to have momentum pushing stock higher. Normally when you see the trend 3 days green again, is kind of pulling around. We have started to see movement on EV coming back, especially XPeng, XPEV, which is my favorite stock. It's actually, I don't know. I don't think anybody would have bought it at the low dip at $25 because people were so freaked out at that point. And everybody say bad about EV and say losing momentum. But if you have bought at $25, congratulations. You already made so much, 20% already, because the stock have been pushing back up to $30 plus. From a technical perspective, already reached bottom. If it is the case, given the market also push it up with momentum, then in end of March, you will see at the price of $39, and then in April, from an optimistic perspective and the technical, they go. I don't know what that thing called. When you go for the ABCD everywhere in the price point. You start to really rebounding, you will hit about 40. $47 in end of April and June, projected to be $60. Again, this is a very optimistic view. Just remember the market turn around, then you may be bearish again and people don't want EV stock. But with Biden, next step after stimulus will be green energy focus. Maybe there will be another value for EV as well, like November last year. After first quarter, hopefully there will be uplift for all the selling investors can see the gains again that they lost. And I know for myself, I dumped some Chinese stock, but then not all of them, so they were pretty badly hit, and also some small cap. I lost quite a bit of money on those, but then I also bought some at the dip. I have told you not to buy on margin, short sell, and buy too much on options. That is still my view, especially for the beginners. Have a great remainder of the week. Thank you.